We'll go search for the YouTube link. Okay, it's shared. We can just start. I think that the first one today is Martin.
Yes, hello everybody. So yesterday I opened two PRs. One is to move some of the data that is in for choice to a new abstraction called beacon chain. That is like where we want to store like things in memory that are called by other than servers. Just general information like what is the current slot, what is the current fork digest, stuff like that. And so that we start like we had some problems, like we were sending many messages to for choice that take a long time to process, so that was blocking like the getters. So that would be one way of solving some of them. And then I created another PR where so we have the current fork digest used on the networking hard coded, and it is like removing some of the hard coded in some part. But yeah, next I have to work on other parts that are hard coded, like the incoming requests, but they are a bit trickier, so they require the previous change for the beacon chain. So yeah, I'll work on fixing like the comments from the PRs, merging these, and then continuing on the for digest side. That is for me.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you. The next one is Akash.
Hello everyone. Yesterday I was working on the same unit test, but I'm still getting the wrong results even after bit masking. Um, and apart from that, I took a new issue, the beacon APIs get headers issue. So I was working on that, but I mean I've written a bit of code, but I think it can be made cleaner because, for example, when the block ID is finalized or justified, you need a way to get the block's slot. I mean that's the slot number of the justified or finalized block. For that, you make a call to you again fetch the latest state, beacon state, and then from that you get the checkpoint. From there you get the epoch. From that you compute the slot number, and then you fetch the block corresponding to that slot from the block store. Uh, it looks a
I
bit
think that
complex.
Fernando might be working on something like that. One of the issues that we were having is the one that turns like the justified finalized head, etc., like other literal strings into the roots of the states so that you can get them. Are you working on the state ones or the block ones?
I was working on the block header, get header, beacon API.
Okay. Yeah, Beacon API. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that later. But I would like us to like sync to help you get the snappy unit tests going so that you don't get too blocked on that. Do you have so you have a PR set up that we can look at and we can go over it?
Yeah, I have a draft PR setup.
Okay, perfect. We'll try to get you unblocked on that today. It's okay that you take a new issue, but we will try to like not leave that like standing behind. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Going back to the blocks versus states issue. So you're doing the block getter. You might be interested in what Fernando is doing, mostly because he's doing almost the same thing but for states, and I'm not sure I want you to like fully be working on almost the same thing at the same time. But let's think afterwards.
Yeah.
Keep on reading. That's great, but maybe I will like coordinate a little bit between you two so that you don't duplicate work. So does that sound okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Agash. I'll be like reaching out to you both in like 10 minutes or so. The next one is Mete.
Hello everyone. Yesterday, Martin and Mega addressed me an issue about the metadata part, about the configurations. I fixed that, and for the Beacon API part, um, I found out that I was lacking some information on like how does the frameworks we are using there. So like I've been researching about the XLDB and the Phoenix framework for like better knowledge, and like reading the code written before, and like checking how can I like modify and build it better. So like today I'll be implementing those. Like, but the thing is that there, like, we the issue is about getting the um, state root by root, but like the other ones, the get state root functions are easy as well. Like I can just implement those as well. Like finalize, justified, and Genesis ones they're already inside the database, as I know. So like I can implement those within this issue as well, if it's all right. If
Yeah,
nothing requiring.
I think that again, I think that Fernando is working on those ones, like in the like we because this is the issue. Like we have many places where we have the finalized or the head or the justified string, and we need to get like a block or a state or something from that. So at the first step, so that we don't repeat this code everywhere, is that we have a single function that like receives one of these strings and returns the root that you're looking for, because afterwards it's just looking at the DB and that's it, right? So what we want to have is these like concentrated in one single place. If you want, after you're finished with the first step, or if you're already finished, you can collaborate with Fernando maybe. So you can send him a message, and then like, if you already know how to do that, then you can chat and make like the PR faster between you two. Like if you're already interested in
Okay.
that, because well, we are working on the bigger API. But what I want to avoid is like everyone working on the same function or duplicating the same function all over the place.
Yeah,
Um,
that's so that's all right.
so
I'll
yeah, if
tell
that's
when
okay for
it's
you,
ready.
awesome. So if that's okay for you, like maybe you can start the PR after you have like the by root function. Again, it seems trivial, but it's just integrating multiple parts, so it's very important still. And after that, like you can maybe collaborate with Fernando to get the next one going.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Bete. The next one is Fernando.
Yes. For my part, yesterday I started to work in the Beacon API I did to state root function. Also, related with another PR, the one about the containers, I am kind of abstracting the types to a model so that it will be easy to define all the schemas on all the containers. That is basically a comment that left Thomas in my PR. So that is doing.
Okay, great. Thank you. I will continue
By the
reviewing
way,
that.
Fernando, I answered your question you had about the execution PR, about notify
Okay.
payload.
Thank you. I will review that.
All right. The next one is Megan.
Yesterday, I finished fixing the node. The error I was getting was because of we actually weren't updating the checkpoint states inside the store. That's because the code that updated it was commented out because of performance issues, but it didn't actually solve the performance issues. I just uncommented that, and after that, it started failing because of things related to checkpoint seeing. Basically, we assume checkpoint sync is our genesis, but we don't take that into account for our attestations. So sometimes they refer to previous blocks that we don't have, nor we have their state. And so for now, what I did was just bypass that check, and we actually don't like store attestations for unknown blocks. I opened an issue to fix that. Also, the status the status request response request was being spammed by our peers, so I noticed that became a bottleneck. I think only because it isn't cached, maybe it actually isn't
So yeah,
performance
Thomas,
enough.
we
Yeah,
should move the status to like the information from the status to the beacon chain, so it doesn't interfere with the fork choice. I don't know if that was the bottleneck. I mean, if it's spammed, it's also another issue. But yeah, we should.
yeah. I opened another issue to
Okay.
optimize it, maybe cache it. I don't know, but for now I just hard coded it again. The bottleneck I think is get head, but I didn't really get numbers about how many requests a second we were getting. If it's like multiple in a single slot, maybe just caching get head is enough. Anyways, that's what I did yesterday. I also added a visualization in Grafana for the latest slot, um, like the slot of the latest block we have processed. It shows the drift we are having from the head of the chain. For now, it increases because of performance issues, but hopefully we can reduce it. And yeah, today first of all I'm gonna check if the node works without problems, at least for 300 slots, and on the side I'll see what I do today. That's it.
All right, that's still plenty of updates, so don't worry about that. Yeah, but if you're free, I didn't get the sense of you being free, but if that's the case, maybe working on the bug that you found, the one that was related to like the checkpoint sync and genesis and attestation processing might be a good one. If that's a performance issue, maybe caching the head might be the next one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can do about that.
That's awesome. What else? We have God's Power next.
Alright, thank you everyone. So yesterday I was able to find because I was getting good values, but then some values were not right. So I was able to find the cause. So I'm modifying my implementation to solve the problem. I started that yesterday, but I should be wrapping up that today. So hopefully we should be getting the good values, all good values, by the time I'm done with the new implementation. So yeah.
That's amazing. I'm very glad that you were able to sort that out on your own. Congratulations. If you want, this is completely optional, but if you want, after you finish it, you might just tell us how you found the problem, because it's one of the trickiest ones. I figure that dealing with binary data and saying, hey, I'm not getting the right values, but that's it. And if you can take us to the process as to how were you able to tell, for instance, comparing to Lighthouse intermediate steps or to another implementation, or that would be very interesting maybe for the rest of the team. Again, it's completely optional, but after you finish the PR, it might be useful for the rest of us. But congratulations. I'm really glad that you got that sorted out. And let us know if you need anything, of course, but I see that you have it under control. Okay. Thank you for the update, God's Power. I think that I'm the only one missing. Yesterday, I mostly reviewed some PRs and continue with the roadmap review. Basically, with the roadmap, I'm just like going step by step, seeing if there's something missing in each of those cases. I'm like 60% through. The idea is that after this is finished, we have a new roadmap with just the missing stuff for the next couple of months. Aside from that, I did a small deep dive into the Elixir opaque types and guards, as we were having an issue with a PR by Fernando, which was introduced by me actually. Like the issue was introduced by me, and the library that I added, and it seems like that's a well-known problem. So we basically like removed the opaque types for now. Um, this can be solved. Mega showed a version of it working with like more tricky type stuff. I don't think it's necessary for now because it's not such a like a we're not actually exposing a type library to the outside world. It's not one of those cases. Like we're not so hardcore on this one. But later on we might retake it. For now, just having an actual type is enough. And after that, I started building a POC for the concurrency improvement for state transitions because I'm seeing this common pattern where like the fork choice store gets blocked because it's performing state transition, which is the most common and basic tasks it needs to do. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing the state transition in a different process, and then when that's finished, like sending a new message to the fork choice store to tell it, hey, this is ready, have it, apply it, etc. The full idea is that if you look at any other implementation like Lighthouse, what you'll see is that everything is done in an independent thread, and then the only time where those clash are in the moment of applying or saving the new state, where they use a mutex or something like that. And basically, we don't like as we don't use mutexes, we need to be very mindful of what processing we put in the gen servers, because our gen server is kind of like our mutex, and instead of like putting all of the logic inside of that single thread, we should be mindful and try to only put there the pieces that are actually critical and need to be sequentialized. So especially if we're talking about big processing. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I'm building. I'm building a POC for that, a proof of concept, so that we know, hey, this works. We may want to try this or this implementation. I'll try to have something for today, but it's most likely that I will have something ready for Monday. But I will be working on that, and also like, solving questions and everything. That goes without saying. Okay, that's the update for me. Sorry, it was a little bit longer, but I wanted to explain a bit more what I was doing. Yeah, do we have any final comments or questions?
Yeah, I forgot. I was actually working on cleaning up the cache on as part of the optimizations. I have already a PR, but I have some trouble with Git, so I postponed it for today. I'm gonna finish that first, and then I'll continue one of the issues I opened up. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded like the correct update. Thank you. I was suspecting that you weren't, or you weren't actually free. That doesn't happen usually. Thank you. All right. If that's it, I think that we are ready for today. Thank you all for joining. I will chat with you in a couple of minutes, and if not, we'll see you all on Monday.
Well, I see.